Welcome to GESARA for Dummies. Let's look at today's news from Professor William Liebenberg, prepared by Martin Stein. Please like, share and subscribe. Join our Telegram group in the comments below. Thank you. Let's go.
Just a quick announcement before we get into the news today. Coming up this Sunday, 15 June, we're going to have our first YouTube live show, starting 3 p.m. South African time. From Bonds to a Blessing, How to Steward Sudden Wealth Wisely. Episode 1 coming up. What happens when your bond redeems? Your bond redemption is more than a payout. It's a turning point. But what do you do first? And more importantly, what shouldn't you do? Join us live this Sunday as host me, Martin Stein, sits down with special guest Lena Storm, financial strategist and legacy builder, to unpack the very first move you must make the moment that money hits. Real talk, no fluff, just wisdom that can save your future. Set your reminder, subscribe, show up. This isn't just a show, it's your first step toward wealth that lasts.
Iraq dinar and RV. As said many times before, Iraq's Temenos Payment System is connected to Ripple XRP. You have to understand how monumental this is. Iraq already moved towards a digital economy, including the adoption of Ripple's blockchain-based application RippleNet, for international money transfers. This trust line will enhance trust and liquidity in the global financial ecosystem. If Ripple's RLUSD is used as an intermediate bridge for transactions, it might provide a more stable and efficient pathway for countries, like Iraq, to engage in international trade, potentially easing the transition of the dinar onto the forex market. Iraq adopting Ripple's technology, engaging with RippleNet, basically streamlines cross-border payments, reducing costs and time. Improved transaction efficiency might encourage quicker integration of the dinar into global forex markets. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, is watching this right now, and awaiting the ISO 20022 changeover, as well as the July 22 cryptocurrencies regulations, to be signed into law, especially the stablecoin regulations. What's interesting is the Boncrypt tweet. In July 2023, an active XRP community member showcased a forex trading platform, barchart.com, highlighting a new XRP pair with the Iraqi dinar, IQD. The inclusion of XRP/IQD on barchart may seem trivial to the untrained eye, but for crypto market enthusiasts and seasoned investors, this signifies XRP's growing recognition. It points towards a potential market expansion and diversification of trading opportunities, and possibly indicates institutional interest in areas where IQD is prevalently used. The pairing also hints at Iraq's push towards financial inclusion for its citizens, bringing them into the global economic fold. Then in December 2024, Taurus and Temenos offer banks fast track to roll out digital asset services. Taurus, a Swiss fintech, specializing in enterprise-grade digital asset infrastructure for banks, has strengthened its partnership with global banking software company, Temenos. The collaboration fully integrates Taurus custody solution, Taurus Protect, into the Temenos core banking system. This enables banks to manage a wide range of digital assets, including cryptocurrencies and tokenized assets. The partnership comes as global demand for digital assets accelerates. As said, Iraq is on Temenos. National Bank of Iraq goes live with Temenos core banking and payments on April 25, 2024. Iraq's system is called Temenos D24, and it is integrated with Ripple XRP since 2015. Temenos D24 is used for core banking, which included Temenos Payments. Other companies using Temenos D24 for core banking include Absa Group, a South Africa-based banking and financial services organization with 60,000 employees and revenues of $98.92 billion, Agricultural Bank of China, a China-based banking and financial services organization with 473,691 employees and revenues of $95.55 billion, etc. On December 18, 2024, custody firm Taurus partnered with Temenos, bringing crypto wallets to thousands of banks. Moving on to the CBI and the Ripple XRP connection, Iraq's global ODIM Hizmet Larry, aka Get Money Global, is partnered with Tranglo. Ripple acquired a 40% share in Tranglo, a Malaysian payments company, in 2021 as part of its strategy to expand its RippleNet network for cross-border payments. Iraq, together with BRICS, are firmly integrated with Ripple XRP. Let's swatch.
Gonna blow your mind again. Check it out. So, in the news here, Iraq launches a comprehensive banking reform. The country of Iraq is going to reform their banks, okay? The Iraqi government, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Iraq, has launched a strategic initiative to modernize the country's banking sector. You know what they're going to do? Let's watch here. Here's Crypto Hulk. I did this show 4 months ago, so I'm using myself as a reference. How about that? Let's watch. You are not going to believe this. Iraq to complete money transfers to Turkey in euros. Watch this. You're not going to believe it. The introduction of a new mechanism for financial transfers to Turkey in euros. Look right here. We got a new mechanism would facilitate and accelerate money transfers. I wonder what that new method would be. Oh, look, there's Ripple Turkey. You're looking at the 2014 Ripple Turkey. There's the one. This is a Ripple customer list. Nobody has this on the internet except me. Wallet addresses right there. Look, there's the Turkey wallet addresses that they're using with Ripple right there. Turkey's using that to facilitate Iraq. Let's see what we find here at Ripple Turkey if we click on it. There's Ripple Turkey. You clicked on it. There's your wallet address. Right there. And let's see what pops up. Oh, right there, Ripple Turkey. There you go.
The GESARA law. South Africa's real youth unemployment rate. According to the latest quarterly labor force survey, QLFS, released by Statistics South Africa, Stats SA, for Q1 2025, young people aged 15 to 34 make up roughly 50.2% of South Africa's working-age population. This translates to approximately 20.9 million individuals. In Q1 2015, this youth group had an unemployment rate of 50.3%. A decade later, it has shot up to 62.4%. This means that fewer than 4 in 10 young people are employed, the highest unemployment in the world. Another record, for the Guinness Book of Records, to the absolute corrupt incompetent Marxist ANC. Oh wait, here is another record. Black Economic Empowerment, BEE, destroyed 5 trillion rand, and 4 million jobs, in South Africa. A new study, by the Free Market Foundation, FMF, and the Solidarity Research Institute, SRI, estimates that BEE has cost South Africa 5 trillion rand, and led to the loss of 4 million jobs. The study compares South Africa's model, with global affirmative action policies in Malaysia, India, Brazil, the US, and Namibia. It found that South Africa's version of black economic empowerment is the most intrusive and economically damaging. It added that broad-based black economic empowerment, BEE, policies result in a loss of between 2% and 4% of the gross domestic product, GDP. These ANC buffoons simply do not have the logic and savvy of President Trump, that you employ only on merits, and not on black skin pigmentation. Payment systems. U.S. House Financial Services Committee advances Crypto Clarity Act. The Clarity Act will move to the House floor after the House Financial Services Committee voted to advance the Crypto Market Structure Bill, in a 32-19 vote. The U.S. House Committee on Financial Services has advanced a crypto market structure bill called the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, which will soon head to the full House floor for vote. This is an opportunity for America to lead in the future of Web3 on the Internet, including financial services using tokenized payments, Hill added. The Clarity Act will create a fair, functional, forward-looking regulatory framework that captures everyone participating in it. The crypto market legislation covers the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and designates their respective roles in regulating digital assets. It also establishes provisional, CFTC, registration requirements for crypto exchanges, digital commodity exchanges, brokers and dealers, which must also follow rules for disclosure, customer asset segregation, and record-keeping. It also explicitly protects users' rights to hold crypto in non-custodial wallets, and transact peer-to-peer. The plan. Unlawful aliens leads to protests. Protests leads to riots. Riots leads to insurrection. Insurrection leads to martial law. Martial law leads to Project Odin. Project Odin ushers the GCR law in. GCR is rolled out globally into GESARA. GESARA leads to closed borders to protect the sovereignty of nations. Sovereignty of nations are achieved by issuing GESARA's monthly benefits only to those legally in a country, which force unlawful aliens to return to their ethnic groups in their countries of origin, if they want their benefits. This to protect the cultures and traditions of each ethnic group. Cue military intelligence. You are watching a strictly scripted movie. Enjoy the show. You are safe. Do you think these riots are a possible planned false flag event? For a black swan event? By means of a created and controlled terrorist attack on one of the major cities in America? Never forget the raw odds of God and the World War III fake scenario to obliterate the 34 satanic buildings. Is there something behind the riots in America? Let's watch.
What if I told you the protests are exactly what Trump expects? Every riot, every burning flag, every clash with police. While it looks like chaos from the outside, it could be part of a broader calculation, a script that justifies a bold move, restoring control through force. Behind closed doors, think tanks aligned with national security and continuity have floated emergency protocols. The idea: use the unrest to stabilize the nation, neutralize internal threats, re-establish order by any means. It wouldn't be the first time. In 1968, Nixon rode a wave of protests straight into the White House. But this time, it might not just be about an election, it could be about redefining power itself. There are whispers, private security groups mobilizing, governors expressing quiet concern, social platforms filtering out keywords like Insurrection Act and continuity of government. And yet every protest this year is met with more pressure, more surveillance, more pushback, almost as if the goal isn't peace, but a tipping point. If America fractures enough, then invoking martial law won't feel like overreach. It'll feel like a safeguard. Will the protests change the outcome or help set the stage for something much bigger? If you're awake, you already know what to do. Hit the link in our bio, stay safe and stay informed.
Pay attention to number 2. The U.S. Insurrection Act of 1807. Questions to ask yourself. 1. Do you really think it is coincidence that Israel attacked Iran a day before the largest military parade in the history of America? 2. Are the riots instrumental to achieve a game-changer ruling in America and a win for the global patriots? 3. Is the Iran a mere distraction, look here, not there, to obliterate the cabal inside America by means of certain emergency laws that will be brought it to legally bind the Democratic Party and their left-wing communist followers? Timing is everything, and the precisely planned events will play out as planned. Remember the Q military intelligence, sit with the Stargate and Project Looking Glass technology, backed by quantum, to sketch every possible future scenario and select the best possible outcome accordingly. That is why the Q military intelligence continuously enforce the truth. You are watching a scripted movie. Stay the course, all is pre-planned, the alliance will win, and you are safe. Show us some love by liking our videos, and leave us a short comment on your thoughts. Thank you.